Raw Story has a brilliant report on, of course, you're now familiar with Congressman Todd Akin's theory that women who are victims of legitimate rape wouldn't get pregnant. You can't even discuss it without laughing.
He kind of looks like the actor Bill Nye. Doesn't he?
I don't know about that. I'm not that familiar with him.
Natan?
I can't really tell. Doesn't that Bill Nye guy wear glasses?
I don't want to insult. He's a good actor, and I like him. I don't want to insult him. It's just,
by comparing,
there's a similarity. Okay.
Listen, Raw Story has this incredible article about, first of all, after Akin made the comments about legitimate rape and illegitimate rape, people like Brian Fisher, anti-gay nuts like Brian Fisher, they've been coming out of the woodwork and actually supporting what Akin said, saying, there is actually something to that. Raw Story breaks this down brilliantly. There's actually a 1972 research piece that cites experiments that, where are they citing from? Nazi concentration camps, okay, that indicate that women may not get pregnant under some of these stressful situations. So Akin claimed women aren't likely to get pregnant because if it's a legitimate rape, the body has a way to shut that whole thing down. When you get back from analyzing how absurd that is, there's this article titled "The Indications for Induced Abortion, a Physician's Perspective." Okay, it's by Dr. Fred Mecklenburg, and it says, quote, "It's extremely rare for a rape to result in pregnancy." So Mecklenburg cites a whole bunch of factors, including not all rapes have a completed act of intercourse. It's improbable that the rape would occur during the 1 or 2 days of the month where the woman would be fertile, so on and so forth, okay? It's Mecklenburg's presumption that a traumatized rape victim will not ovulate even if she is scheduled to, which appear to be the basis for Akin's remarks and Brian Fisher following it up on this. Now, to support this, Mecklenburg cites studies that were allegedly done at extermination camps in Nazi Germany. Nazis reportedly tested this theory. Now, here's how they tested it, Lewis. They would select women who were about to ovulate. They would send them to gas chambers so that they believed they were going to die. But then they would basically come back. There was a mock killing. They weren't actually killed to see what effect it had on ovulation. A lot of these women did not ovulate. Wouldn't the obvious person say, hold on a second, you're doing this in a concentration camp. Don't you think that the persistent starvation is going to have some kind of effect on tests? Because concentration camp or not, faked death or not, malnutrition has a huge effect on the reproductive system.
Yeah. The physical and mental trauma combined, I think, would result in a higher instance of what we're talking about, no doubt.
The entire study has now been completely debunked. Mecklenburg also speculated in this study that frequent masturbation was likely to make rapists infertile. Also completely bogus, also completely debunked. So a number of organizations, including the American Congress of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, saying, from a scientific standpoint, what's legitimate and fair to say is that a woman who is raped has the same chances of getting pregnant as a woman who engaged in consensual intercourse during the same period in her menstrual cycle, full stop, period, end of story. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Okay. Please, we need to present this to Mr. Akin.
It does appear that the links, though, between the Republican brain and the Nazi brain are even deeper than the obvious, right? I mean, the Republican doublespeak machine would have us all believe that Nazis were right-wingers, were not right-wingers, but rather liberals. And we hear this all the time. I get emails saying, can you talk about why the Nazis, who were supposedly right-wingers, were actually part of the, the National Socialist Movement? Is that right, Natan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And of course, then you have to go into the whole explanation of, you're not talking about socialism the way it's discussed now. It's not the socialism that Obama is accused of being a part of. It's a different story. Nuance doesn't play well for a lot of the right-wingers. I'm sorry.
I would draw the parallel between Republicans like Todd Akin and Holocaust deniers.
That's a more apt comparison.
But that's just me.
There you go. Let's take a break. Facebook.com/David Pakman Show. We're approaching 10,000 likes on Facebook. We're only about 4,000 likes away from that. So please get us one closer. Facebook.com/David Pakman Show. We'll take a break. Plenty more. Stay tuned.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.